AC/DC.
How about you?
Blondie. Lakeside. Bughead.
A couple of new wave bands included in that group, and the new wave movement appears to be sweeping the country. Here in Oklahoma City, the new wave movement is alive and well. Tonight, 5 Alive's Bill Vincent looks at new wave in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma City is a quiet little place that still does things in a slow and easy-going way. It's a traditional Midwestern city that is growing by leaps and bounds, yet in many ways is still a small town. But at night, under the cover of darkness, while the city sleeps, there is a force that is growing, unnoticed and unhindered, growing until it is too late to stop it and becomes... The music you're listening to is some of what has become known as punk rock, new wave music. It's still your basic rock and roll, only with a new theme. And that's about as descriptive as I care to get, because the opinions of what punk rock really is are as varied as the music.
It's not a new wave, if that's what you mean. All that rock and roll that I hear all the time it's things I've heard 10 years ago, you know. It's the same rock and roll as it always been.
It's just another phase of rock and roll. You know, everything has to move on. And, you know, the way the music is, it's so hyper. I mean, I think that's how the American public is feeling right now. They're just slightly confused, slightly bewildered, and, I mean, it all has to do with that beat in there going 90 to nothing.
Yeah. Okay, real quickly, what's punk rock to y'all? Just give me your opinions, your feelings.
Punk rock is dead.
Scum.
No, it's actually a good music to dance to.
Speak up.
It's a good music to dance to. And it's something that...
Anarchy is what it is.
Punk rock is political.
Yeah.
Punk rock is the feeling of people who have been
It's actually a lot of
lower
fun.
classes. They have experienced things Oklahoma has never seen. That's what punk rock is.
I don't think you're expressing your true feelings.
Punk rock is not suburbia America. Punk rock is reality. It's not suburbia America. It's not Disneyland.
There's a lot of new music coming out, and it's very good. It's getting the people out, getting to know each other, and there's pop music, which is a rebirth of the 50s music, and it's going to reawaken the music scene.
Punk rock is still new to Oklahoma, but the phenomenon actually began years ago, spawned from the turbulence of the 60s. Iggy Pop, who formed Iggy and the Stooges, is considered by many to be the godfather of punk rock. Punk took shape in New York in the early 70s with groups like the now defunct New York Dolls and the Velvet Underground. The music soon spread to England, where the climate was ripe for an anti-establishment musical movement, the most famous English group being the Sex Pistols.
Ever since I went to England, I saw England, I experienced it. That's how long I felt that way. I hadn't been there before. When I went, it changed my attitude. It did.
Given what punk rock outwardly appears to represent and the conservative nature of the Oklahoma area, it's easy to see why its development has taken so long here. But it's a movement just the same, with groups like the Reactors from Tulsa and the X Factor and the Reactions from Oklahoma City.
It's different. It's this generation. It's kind of moving. Everything has to move a little bit. Has to grow into a different kind of sensation. And I think it's a lot of fun.
I've been all over the U.S. of A., and I have to say it's about time Oklahoma City has caught the grip of new wave. I'm not talking just punk. I'm talking about new wave. It is the 1980 era.
This is the whole way that I live.
I couldn't help but notice. How are you living now?
Very punk.
I don't think that anything else has happened around here besides this, and this is what's happening, and this is the big happening in Oklahoma City.
Do you think it's about time?
I think it's about time. It's past time. It's past time.
What would you say to people who don't understand it, who don't dig it?
Understand it and dig it. They need to come and see. It's happening all over, you know. It's really happening here from all over Oklahoma, not only only just a city, but from Tulsa. There's a lot of good stuff coming out of Tulsa.
It's bigger in other places, but it's coming here now, finally. Punk rock will never come to Oklahoma City. Punk rock has been dead for years, but punk rock will never hit Oklahoma City.
It's a cliche now.
Look at someone, you see the black in the store. Seal up your windows, people lock up your doors. Don't let your reputation take your heart to make the test. Mr. Pan, cover up your breast.
Whether punk rock will continue as an artistic musical odyssey into the realm of the bizarre and fantasy, or if it will just be nothing more than just fun and music, is really up for grabs. In some places, punk rock is dead, but in Oklahoma, the new wave is still new, and it's about to reach its ultimate crest.